we output our thing is
If we can do it to Insta, I would say that's a home run because innovation, the the interaction we get with people is insane on Insta compared to anything else.
yeah,
Mm.
intriguing. Why did it offer me to go? It's like, which do you want is your primary chat to be? And I've put YouTube, and then it's like I can't respond. Oh, whatever. Anywho, um, I'm not going to sook about it. I just thought I'd press a button and see what happened. Anyway,
It won't let you.
no, I can multi-stream. I can still chat, but it's just like the other tab that says I don't know, the live chat. I I I don't know how this technology stuff works. It's a bit silly. Anyway,
I've just added something else into the sheet. Breaking news.
breaking news.
Yeah, Wemby 1 of 1 order's been pulled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Boring. Been what out
All
for 3 days?
I think a shitload of it would have been ripped too, man. So
Yeah, true.
it's not that surprising. All right, let's do this.
Let's hit it. Welcome everybody to episode 160 of the You Can't Comp This NBA Trading Card Podcast. We are your host, Adam, Amy, and Russell Gibson. Good evening, Russell. We're a day early.
Yeah, we are, aren't we? We're going to pod today because we've got Father's Day tomorrow.
We do. What's
And
going
part
on?
of our weekly in and out, we always go through our correspondence before we podcast. And there's one I forgot to mention to you today, so I'll just quickly read through it now.
Sure.
Dear Mr. Gibson and Mr. Amy, RE, cease and desist inaccurate and defamatory statements on You Can't Comp This NBA podcast. I am writing to you in my capacity as Commissioner of the National Basketball Association regarding recent episodes of your podcast, You Can't Comp This, which contained segments titled Zion Taking Ozempic and Joke of the Week. It has come to our attention these segments include statements that are not factual and have the potential to cause harm to the individuals involved as well as the NBA as an organization. Specifically, the segment titled Zion Taking Ozempic contains claims about an NBA player that are not supported by any factual evidence and which may be defamatory. Additionally, the segment Joke of the Week includes content that we believe misrepresents factual information, thereby misleading your audience. Yada, yada, yada. There's quite a bit going on in this, and there's a little bit going on there. Sincerely, Adam Silver, the Commissioner of the National Basketball Association. P.S. I also know Dennis Rodman, who is friends with the Korean president who has nukes. Beware.
We've been put on notice.
Absolutely.
When he said cause harm, is that the Ozempic that's going to cause harm? Or
I don't know.
that answers that
Jeez.
question about influence, doesn't it?
It was just a headline, Adam. I mean, come on, mate.
Goodness.
Relax. Anyway, we'll have to get the lawyers to respond to that, I think.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll get onto that.
Alrighty, let's start with the triple autograph, which is causing quite a bit of stir online. So
Have you put an offer in for that?
I don't think I've got the cashola to match with these big boys. So there's a lot going on with this, and we have spoken about this already, so we won't, sort of keep going. But basically what's happening at the moment is there's sort of three main people bidding on it. And obviously Golden's in there, obviously the person, we don't want to name. And there's like another sort of, break group that's jumping in too. But it's really interesting. So the third offer is actually dependent on different things, that the autographs aren't smudged, that it needs to get a particular grade.
Yep.
And so Ken Golden then basically did almost like a hit video. Like if it was a rapper doing it, it'd be like a rap battle was about to, happen. And basically he was just taking shots at the guy saying that, my offer is not dependent on anything. Like my offer is real, it's sitting here right now, but it's going up. So the thing that's really on my mind, and this is what I'm wanting to talk to you about, is what do you think the actual value on this? Because remember, the first offer was 100K, but the more that this sort of
The more press
goes on, and it actually makes me think that this actually is maybe more valuable than I initially gave it credit for. That's where I'm starting to head now.
Did I have it in? I think didn't I have it like as a $1.5 million card or something stupid like that? I said the minimum it's going to go for is $500,000. Like it's not.
That's where in my head. That's sort of where I'm at. I do struggle more than that, just because they're not in NBA jerseys. But
they're all right. So then you're right. They're not in NBA jerseys, but they're also in official jerseys, if that makes sense. They're not college jerseys. They're not like tank tops that they're just training in. That is Team USA. That is a branded. It's also got the Olympics USA symbol on it. So
yeah, and now KD's the leading all-time scorer for basketball, and there's a lot going on. There's LeBron, and the way Steph played in the Olympics, it was great. But yeah, so. Am I missing something here, or do you think this is all just?
I think it's a piece of history card. It's one of the. It is a piece of history card. That's the most I can.
Yep.
Sum it up. Like it's not. I don't think this card's a joke.
Yeah.
Is what what I'd say. It's a 1/1, and I think it's an important 1/1.
Yeah. This is a bit of junk news, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So one of these cards actually popped up on eBay recently. The account was zero feedback and just joined the platform in July. So, obviously it was like a faked card that was put up there for it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It got up to $25,000, $700, and then the post was taken down and basically the account just disappeared. So still kind of cool. Junk. All right, let's move on. Now, this next one is actually not technically basketball. However, I do want to talk to you about it. So this is from Eric Whiteback. He's aggregated this from 8th Wonder Cards.
Okay.
And it was about a gentleman who went to the Nationals. He bought a card for $7,500.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was authenticated. It wasn't graded. Then when he took it home, where the seller had put the price sticker of $7,500, when he unpeeled that, the card had a significant amount of damage on that bottom right-hand corner.
That's not a die cut, is it?
It's just about a die cut, mate. Yeah. You could probably get some scissors and just
make it look like
a die cut.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that is gross.
Man, these Twitter ads are out of control. So while I'm talking to you about this card, on the right-hand side here, those game systems they try and sell you with like 30,000 games and they're playing like old school Game Boy and Mega Drive? That's going on in the comments of Twitter. It's out of control, the Twitter comments now, isn't it?
That's
anyway. Back to our content.
That's what happens when something like a big platform like Twitter is unregulated.
Oh man,
I had to just bring it back a little bit. Sorry.
I do love Twitter. All right, who is in the wrong here, the buyer or the seller? The seller because obviously he didn't disclose it, or the buyer because he didn't take 1 minute to look at a $7,500 purchase?
I think there's a little negligence on both sides. Like I definitely think that a $7,500 purchase warrants giving the card a once over,
particularly face to face.
But surely
it's really hard sometimes buying cards online.
Surely you looked at the back of the card, right? Do you know what I mean?
That's actually there's no actual pictures of the back. That's a good point. It's hard to grab it
and look at the back and see that it's completely cooked on the back. Like,
yeah, I didn't actually think of that. Good pickup, Ed.
I just have a look at the card before you buy it. I'm sure the seller was wrapped, but
yeah,
it's a pretty dirty move to hide such a blatant bit of damage. Like, that's. Yeah, as we were saying, like joking about, like it was bordering on a die cut. You like the corner is smushed in.
Yeah.
Is it an iMac card? Was it one of those?
NT.
Yeah, NT. Yeah.
So apparently he bought it on eBay for like $4,000 pretty recently. So he made a decent flip out of it. So I think there's that part of it. And I think that you should declare damage that's done to cards. And I would say, particularly in Facebook groups, eBay is definitely getting better because of the guarantee that buyers have now.
Yeah.
Most people, I actually say, will be pretty good about declaring damage that's on a card. And some sellers, I personally feel like they go overboard. They declare too much damage to the card to the point that, like, it's normal to have some minor surface problems.
If you're buying a card raw, you expect it to be as pictured, right? And you see pictures of the whole card or scans.
Yeah. And to flip that around, there are some sellers that will angle the card in a particular way to hide a scratch.
Sure.
And sell it that way. So, it does go both ways, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think what really comes to my mind with this, though, is, and I think you touched on this before with the buyer being negligent, I think sometimes we do get a little bit blasé in this space and, we don't do our due diligence.
Yep.
I think online it is definitely trickier because I bought this is a very low end like example, but a Herb Jones White Sparkle from Optic.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it into my hands. I sent it directly to grading.
Yeah.
There was no back picture. The front looked perfect.
Yeah.
The front looked amazing. It all looked centered, all the rest of it. But actually came back PSA 8. When I flipped it over on the back, there was like an indentation on the back.
Indent in the card, yeah.
So
okay.
I'm certain that's what like has taken it down. And actually, I'm surprised it got an 8. I think the reason it did because the rest of the card's pretty good. Yeah.
Far out.
It's a different situation, but at the same time, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
like when you're buying cards online, if the damage isn't disclosed, it's very hard to sort of pick it up sometimes. Yeah. Look, I think what I take away from this is, I think it really does matter who you deal with, and I feel like you do form trusted sellers and trusted buyers. So that's really big for me.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to add this to my imaginary list of ways to get scammed in the hobby. This is just another thing you now need to...
You're turning into the guy with the list, but for basketball cards.
I want to do that as a segment one day, as like a joke segment, ways to get scammed in the hobby.
Have you seen the guy with the list? So there's a guy on Instagram, and he's got reasons girls won't date a guy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, because they brush their hair to the left, and you just see this list go down. Don't brush your hair to the left, and just adds. And he's up to like 700 or 800 different things that he's not allowed to do. Like, ways you can get scammed in the hobby. Number 436. Yeah.
All right, WNBA news. Now, actually, this is old news, but I want to go over this again because actually I think this is important. So, Caitlin Clark was signing with Topps, and I was under the impression that I knew she'd signed with Panini, but what I didn't realize was that she is now Panini exclusive.
Oh.
So, she won't be signing anymore with Topps, just with Panini. And for WNBA fans, what that means is that you'll be getting a lot of it. And they've already made her own product, so I think they're going to overproduce this. But at the same time, when WNBA comes out, I think it's going to be ridiculous. We were speculating in our group chat the other day about this. We think it's going to go up to like 800, 900 Australian dollars for a box of WNBA. And for context, that's about 3 to 4 times higher than what it previously had been. So it's a big jump. Yeah.
That's insane. Wow.
Yeah. She's very, very popular. I think that's the best way to say it. All right. CT scanners. This, again, is going to be a really quick hitting one. But
CT scanners, really?
Yeah. So this is from Boston Card Hunter on Instagram and Sports Card Madness Pod.
Okay.
Basically, he found a comment online which he took a screenshot of and then posted on to his Instagram. And essentially what he's alleging or trying to add to the body of evidence that, we're now sort of accumulating in our heads is that someone was taking around a CT scanner and then multiple shops would come along and then 16 shops all at once would go in and, CT scan their boxes. So
what?
Yeah. So I suppose this fits into the narrative
buys time with a scanner from a hospital.
People have been doing it for a long time, but just we haven't known about it. And I think that was what some people were saying when all this sort of came out. Like it's been happening for a while. We're now just finding out about it. So,
It's insane.
yeah, look, I got to tell you, this doesn't super move the needle for me on this. My thought on this is pretty concrete in that you can do all sorts of different things to try and manipulate and work out what's in packets. But at the end of the day, you can get a heavy pack that's got an RPA in it. That's the worst RPA that you can get. Or you could get the lightest packet that's got a 1 of 1. So,
yeah, true.
you know what I mean? Like and they still haven't worked that part of it out yet. So, yeah.
Yeah. It just baffles me. Like, I get it, but far out.
When you say baffled, what do you mean?
Like the lengths people will go to, and I guess
Sure.
the costs.
Yeah.
The cost just seems ridiculous, but
yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, bizarre.
Alrighty, this one is actually breaking news ad. I think we'll do this and we'll go to a break.
That sounds good.
And it's been aggregated already multiple times, but let's use the 130 point aggregated post just because we love Lane. Sure. And he's an Aussie and he's flying the Australian flag, hobby-wise with pride too. Thanks, Lane, for all that you do.
We probably need to get in touch with Lane, talk about that new app that's come out.
I think we could try, but I think between him going to the Nationals and then going back to other conventions, he's got a bit on his plate at the moment. He might be too busy for us, Ad.
It's all right. He's in Melbourne. He's located in Melbourne. Surely we'll find some time. Make some time. We'll camp outside of his house. We won't do that.
Lane, Adam's joking. We won't need a second cease and desist letter in 2 weeks, mate. Word on the street is that Instagram user @ZCollectorM has hit the Wemby Topps Chrome Super Refractor Auto. Assuming it's real, and I think that's a reference to the other fake 1 of 1 that we saw on eBay this week.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming it's real, is he going to cash it in on the $1 million bounty offered by J. Blez? I don't know. Would you sell that for $1 million or would you hold on to it? I can tell you what my wife would say.
Of course you're selling it?
Yeah, that's right. I am selling it.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. It's the auto, you see. This is the auto. Yeah. This is why the discussion's different. If I didn't need the money, I don't think I'd sell it.
Yeah. I actually think from $1 million it can definitely go up. And I think also too that I'm going to hold my thoughts a little bit here on this. It's the autograph that's important in Topps.
Yeah.
I want to talk more about
this later on.
Is there
See, Donruss should have had a 1 of 1 of the no autograph.
That's what they should have done.
And they could compete.
They should have made those
the no one
non-autograph cards numbered. At least you could have the chase on that, right?
Yeah, the 1 of 1 would have been a different font for the no autograph stamp.
Yeah. Thank you to the Hobby Hangout for your ongoing support to our show. It's been years. I think we can say that now. And they've given us a lot of support and a lot of opportunities. So thank you so much. 17th of November at the Melbourne Pavilion. Wow. Also in Sydney on the 1st of December at the Sydney Roundhouse. So get your tickets it's actually not at. Just go to your web browser and type in thehobbyhangout.com.au. I'm so used to saying at now.
Yeah. Everything's
Twitter
at
Instagram.
This, at that.
Yeah.
At on YouTube, at on Twitter, at on, everybody.
Pre-sales have the opportunity to go into a $500 raffle for a prize. Get in and get your pre-sales before that all gets exhausted. Once it's exhausted, that's it. You're out of the running for the $500 prize.
Yeah.
Also, every person that goes in will also be getting a party bag this year, which I'm actually think that's a really positive forward step I think that's something could have been done for a couple of years. So that is a really good implementation by the guys. We'll be there doing a live podcast. There will be live breaks. There'll be panels. There'll be all the different tables. I'm just going to read off some at random here. McLaren cards, Shield stamps, Stanbrook cards, Stasis collectibles. That's a science / physics reference, I'm assuming there. Back issue comics, Gamers Combined. The boys at Fast Break will be there. In Sydney, we've got Card Fever, Peter's Goat cards, Pops galore. I'm assuming they're selling pops there, not basketball cards. Just in Case, Jake's Breaks, Good Games Gold Coast, and Breakneck Collectibles. Check it out, guys. You'll have a fantastic time.
Yeah.
And we'll be there, Ad. And we've been talking about doing a table and some trading zones, I think.
Yeah, we're looking at spicing things up on the on the You Can't Comp This front. Maybe some engagement with the masses. Maybe sit at a table, give out some I don't know, might have some stickers. Is that what we're trying to line up for the people?
Let's not promise anything we can't deliver, Ad. Always under promise and over deliver.
All right, I'll have a pack of penny sleeves. The first 100 people will get one.
You can have one. Only one though, guys.
I've only got the one pack to go.
Keeping a list, so no coming back for two.
One per person.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh, who knows? We'll brainstorm some stuff, and maybe we'll have some stuff to put in your goodie bag. Who knows?
Alrighty, let's go to a break, mate. We'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. We are going to do a little bit of Topps Chrome breakdown, because really this should have been the first cab off the rank. Like, realistically, this is the biggest story of the week. However, I just wanted to mix it up a little bit and just sort of do some general news first. So I think the first thing we should do, Ad, is just do some impressions. What's your impressions of this product? How do you feel about it?
Wow.
Where are you at with Topps Chrome? I've written a list of notes. So
a list of notes. I've done
I sat there and watched breaks with like a student studying for his exam, to be honest. Yeah.
Now, I wasn't quite that studious, but I did do more research than I normally do. I went and searched eBay, looked for some cards off the checklist, thought I'd try and get a feel for it.
Yep.
I don't want to be overly critical because I know the licensing stuff is still an issue with releasing product, right? But it's definitely the biggest deterrent for me is the uniforms.
Yeah, okay.
That's all right. My impression is I like a lot of the cards, but the uniform thing is irking me.
Yeah, definitely. And it stands out like a sore thumb. I think that's the really obvious thing that comes out when you look.
I went through. This was not really a segue into it, but sort of drilling down onto my issue with it. When I tried to look at the insert sets to see if there are any that really stood out that I liked.
Sure.
And there was I think it's called the Helix, which seems like a rip-off of a Color Blast, but we'll go down that. But it was CJ McCollum, and he was in tracksuit pants. Like, he was in warm-up trackies. In like Pelicans colors, but
some of it's super weird, isn't it?
It's tacky. Like, get a good shot of the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree with you. Yeah.
So that's probably my biggest criticism, and I know they can't help it. But I feel like they need to put more work into fixing that. They needed to put more work into fixing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So for me, the first thing I noticed was there's just no team name. So it says Boston, but it doesn't say Boston Celtics. So again, that's a licensing thing. The thing I do like about that, at least you know what team it is. So if it's a PYT break, then there's no arguments. Like, so for example, if a player played for multiple teams, like Shaq, for example, you know it's Shaq Miami. That's a good, for me, that's a really good thing.
That's fair enough. That's good. That's
the no logo, the empty jersey, that definitely stood out to me. And the thing that I've been thinking about as I was looking at the cards was they could have done more to compensate for it, because the other thing they've done too is they've photoshopped the player out from the background, so there's no action shot photo going on.
No risk of
it's just an artwork, in the background. And for me, I find that a little bit underwhelming. And I think the reason is because there's not a lot of contrast there. That's actually the thing that comes through a bit. They just look a little bit bland because of the lack of contrast. So that's that. The interesting thing that has been coming out, I've watched a couple of different breaks. I feel like people haven't agreed on what they're calling the silvers yet. So some people are calling them prisms, some people are calling them refractors. I feel like that's something that maybe we just need to, adjust to. That's not like a really big deal. You spoke about before about the rip-off for the thing. So the other thing I saw that was a rip-off was the purple. That to me just looks like exactly like a mosaic print. And for
Yeah,
me,
true.
that's a little bit, I love mosaic. So that was a little bit sort of came, to my heart.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a question here. And the question is, why should we buy unlicensed? So for me personally, I just want to take this back to the draft product. And what were the reasons why that I bought the draft product? So
Cool inserts.
yeah, I like the inserts, but I probably liked just looking through the player sets more because I didn't know the college product.
Yeah.
The other thing was when I was buying draft product, the NBA product was so expensive. I just couldn't justify the outlay on a hobby box. And looking back, it was the wrong thing to do to buy sealed Prism draft product because the value drop on that is just exponential. What are you going to sell those cards for now? Maybe $1 or $2, unless you got the downtown card or something like that. But anyway, that's another story. But
Yeah.
it's the same sort of thing. So why are you buying unlicensed cards? So for me, it's really stands out like a sore thumb. It's the autographs, and I think there are good reasons to buy this product. So for example, obviously, you've got Wemby autographs. That doesn't need to be said. But what about Brandon Miller? What about Scoot Henderson? All those autographs that we didn't get in Prism. I think I don't want unlicensed
Yeah.
product. However, I do want an autograph. So I will look past the fact that it isn't a licensed product on that. And I think the other one too, and this is just stating the obvious now, is LeBron James autographs. Like I think the potential to get a LeBron autograph, that is enough for me to go and to buy it.
Yeah.
But where I'm going with this though is I think that the top shelf in this product is really, really high. It's a very high top shelf. There's a little bit to feast on in the middle, a little bit of sort of snacks there. And then after that, it's just like a descent down into like an abyss because what I really worry about or wonder about with this product is like, what's the resale going to be on every other card that's in the box? So you were talking about the inserts before. So I wrote down a list of the inserts: the film study, around the world, the sudden impact, the round ball royalty. I gave those inserts at most 6 out of 10 for their aesthetics. Like there's nothing there that's like, I want to go out and chase these inserts, for that.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I'm just trying to make arguments against my own sort of thing here is if it's a PC. So for example, if you see the guy that you love the most,
Yep.
yeah, I can imagine that you would go out and buy them afterwards. And that's
Are
probably
there any insert sets you liked?
Maybe the film study. That's one that I put at number one. So
I had Superfly.
okay.
I like the Superfly. I don't know what it is. It's got a retro feel to it. Maybe that's where my head's at with the cards.
And I'm not trying to sit here and say this is trash, but what I'm saying is I think this is like PC only, and I think the better way to do it is probably going to be to wait. If you want to go in breaks and you enjoy going, I'm not trying to talk you out of go in as many breaks as you can and that you can afford and have a good time. But I think another play actually might be is unless it's the super high end stuff, just wait for it to come out on eBay, and I think you'll pick it up pretty cheap. That's the gut feeling I'm getting from this.
Looking early looks at eBay. You're right.
Yeah.
If you're patient, you might just snag yourself a couple of bargains.
I didn't even look at comps. Like I just feel like that's how this is going to play out. Do you know what I mean? It's not that good. The autographs are amazing. Like it's a home run. But I feel like the artwork, they really need to like fix this up a little bit. And it might all change once they get the licensing. I do agree with you. Like this is it's their first go. It's going to take them some time.
It's their first go without a license.
Yeah.
They're gonna have the license.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to show everything. They'll be able to have backgrounds that are proper. They'll have action shots. All the things that they're lacking, they will have in future releases.
I hope that's how it plays out, mate. And I'm trying to be optimistic here because for the next 10 years, this is what we're getting. Like we kind of have to hope for the best here.
Yeah, yeah. When
It's
does the
like,
license? Okay, so when does? Because we're not far off 2025.
so there's one more year of Panini, and then the year after that, they
One
come
more
in.
year of Panini.
Yeah.
Far out. So the 24-25 season,
Jeez, now I don't want to get another cease and desist. We better just put a
we're getting in
foot
trouble
stamp
for
here.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's just
I'm
pull
sure.
our time
I'm
out.
happy to put my head on the block for a second cease and desist order. I'll make jokes about it too. Don't you worry. Um, yeah, it'll just be nice to see with it once they're not restricted. I'm going to take a screen grab of this CJ McCollum that I'm referring to and send you the photo. Oh goodness gracious. I think you're right. I think it's the 25-26 season.
Mm. Yeah, let's go with that. We can. I'll take another hit for the team. Yeah, let's go with that. That's right. Do you mind chopping this down? Actually, I can
I'll
edit the
cut it.
podcast. You can do it. Okay,
Yeah,
sweet.
no,
Thanks.
that'll be right.
Thanks. Thank you. All right. Should we just keep going?
Yep.
All right. So that's pretty much everything off my list. The last thing I did put on there though was the different variants of the products. So there's hobby. They've got their own version of choice, which is basically just all. Let's call them refractors. Because that's the top's word. I'm pretty sure. And then they've also got these sort of hanger boxes, which they're pretty interesting. So, and again, I think, people were hoping that Topps were going to fix the hobby and all this type of stuff. But when I look at that, all I can really get through my head is just the amount of, volume that they're printing out.
Yeah.
And in my mind, that's not so different to what Panini's been doing the last couple of years. So, look, at my first look at this, I'm cautiously optimistic, but at the same time, there's nothing here that's truly, groundbreaking from Fanatics. This is all, whatever. Alrighty, that's enough of my little passive-aggressive whinge fest against Fanatics.
I don't know. I thought there was some interesting. You make a very good point about they weren't trying to disguise not the uniform stuff, and I think there are ways to disguise it. The reason I pointed out the Superfly insert set is because I feel like they did disguise it there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the Magic Johnson's behind, like it's purple and gold, but he's behind the artwork, and SGA's got a Superfly card, and it's got his number 2. Obviously, it doesn't have OKC across it, but it doesn't. The busyness of the card doesn't draw you into the fact that it's not an OKC jersey, if that makes sense.
But I wonder if that works because there is enough to distract you away from it. And that's why when I look at the base cards...
The base cards are terrifying.
It's very plain. It's like plain uniform, no logo, and then this sort of lack of contrast in the background. It's just like... literally just a piece of cardboard, I think that's where I sit with that. Yeah.
The other ones... I mean, to give some honourable mentions, I do like the Destiny lot. I do like Sudden Impact.
Would you chase the set of that?
Maybe.
Okay.
The one I wanted to give a shout out to, and you said the autos are great, I would like to draw specific attention to the 1972 auto set, they are great. Like, they've got the old school.
We need to get some of these up on socials this week.
Yeah, I'll get a few screenshots and I'll send them through to you. But there's like a Larry Bird, and the auto's over the, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the autograph is over the top of the where the jersey would be. So it's a headshot. It's got the auto and it's got that small to large text, like in the 70s. Like, it's an interesting little, it's a play on it, and I think they've done some clever stuff.
With that's right. It's not all stinking.
The tools at their disposal, which is very limited. I think they've tried to do a good job, so I'll give them props for that.
Yeah, we'll give them an encouragement award, Ad. I think that's what it's called.
Participation trophy this year.
Yeah, that's right. A participation trophy.
Until they're allowed to really run in.
And an absolute shitload of cash too. I'm sure they'll be getting for it. So you know.
Exactly. Yes, that's in the contract, isn't it? An absolute shitload of cash.
That's right. Yeah, monopolize the whole thing. Alrighty, Market Movers app. We've talked about these guys before. They're on Instagram. Absolutely follow them up. So they just do some good content. So what this post is all about is, what were the first sales of Wemby cards? So the silver rookie prism for Wemby was 883.
Mm-hmm.
The last sale was 530. So we've had a bit of downward movement there.
Uh-huh.
Now the first silver or refractor, whichever word you want to use, out of Topps Chrome was $420, which is both less than obviously that massive sale up the top there.
Yes.
Now, really interesting, and this is probably the one that I wanted to talk to you about. This is from Lameme James.
He's your favorite account to follow at the moment? One of.
Yeah, I definitely like Lameme James, but probably my favorite. Put him on the spot. That basketball card magazine that I quite like, and his content about the different. Yep, with the auctions, I find him quite informative, particularly when I've got a big hole where a lot of his basketball knowledge is. I think that's the other thing too. Yeah. Anyway, back to the Lameme James. So this is showing eBay sales of base prisms.
Yep.
And then also base Topps Chrome. So the base prisms are selling at the moment for $30, and the Topps Chrome are trading at $88 to $109. So I think this is a good conversation to be had for two reasons. One, obviously things are very high at the moment because it's a new product.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, I think we speak about this with, rookies from 2 years ago. Is it actually a good time to go back and pick up things later on when things have cooled down a little bit? So if you're looking to buy Wemby base rookies, I think now's a really good time. At $30, I think that's actually a very good pickup. Would I be buying the Topps Chrome at $88?
Probably not.
With no logo on it and it's just a base? Like, definitely not. Like, stay away from it. But
it's got a rookie shield on it. That's not the official one. It's the Topps one.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters, to be honest. Like, I think if you can get the actual rookie card for $28.
Yeah, I think we've discussed that the point of differentiation between the Topps product and the Prism product is an autograph. Then the base cards really, it's a good point.
Yeah.
There was an interesting comment on that Lameme James post. And it's like, who in their right mind would buy a base card of an unlicensed product on release day for $100? This card's going to be in value boxes at every show in the country within a month.
Yeah, there's going to be a heap of it.
It's probably not a $100 card.
So, can I be devil's advocate there?
Sure.
Some people don't like breaks.
Agree.
So, instead of spending that $100 on a break spot, maybe you get something delicious. Maybe you get a pocket full of sand. Then you get the first base card on release, and that's what that guy wanted. I
can get behind that. That makes sense.
Like, you can talk to people in the hobby that are like, spending money in breaks is not always the best thing for you.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm actually not going to kick sand at that dude at all. Like, you know what? that's what you want to spend your $100 on, it's,
Yeah.
totes fine. Alrighty. Now, this next one is a little bit of an education piece. If you are already into baseball and all this type of stuff, you're going to know this already. So this is the Topps Chrome Joshua Giddey Frozen Fractor. Now, you get one base per box. So if you've watched a couple of breaks, you'll see these come out. They almost look like a negative from a photograph. Now, the Prism ones look absolutely fantastic. And then you've also got the uniquely sequentially numbered base parallel, known for their extreme rarity and unique numbering system. So because they're a frozen fractor, each card in this set is numbered sub-zero, such as -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5, which adds a cool factor to these. I actually think that's a cool little twist. I think that's fun. I think that's good. And one thing that I actually like, and I've always never understood why Panini don't do this, number a card to 1, number it to 2, number it to 3, to 4 and 5. Like, why go 1, 5, 10, 15, or... And then they do funny numbers these days, like 38 and 49. Like, I've never really understood all that type of stuff. So
It's a bit weird.
I don't mind this at all. For my OCD, this fits in quite nicely, actually. Numbers in a row, Adam. This is good.
You're not rainbow chasing.
No, I'm definitely not rainbow chasing that stuff.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Topps Chrome Blasters, this next one is. This young man, John Hull, this is from Sports Cards Nonsense. He hit, out of a $30 blaster, the 8 out of 55 on-card autographed Future Stars by Victor Wembanyama. You would be absolutely handshaking like a breaker, wouldn't you, if you hit that for yourself out of a blaster?
Is it a redemption coupon or is it an actual auto? Is it in the pack?
I don't think he could have possibly redeemed that quickly.
Yeah, true. That's insane.
Yeah.
I also can't see the post because of Facebook not liking me.
I wonder if you're not on the Sports Cards Nonsense page.
No, I'm well and truly I'm joined. Interesting.
Can we have a timeout again?
Yeah.
But that's the second time that's happened. Do you know what I mean?
It's set like I'm in the thing and it's like I'm joined.
So weird. How many breaks have we had? We only had one
we've
break
only had
today,
the
haven't
one. We're due for another one.
Yeah. All right. So we'll say timeout and break.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go to our second break of today. And thank you to Ross Taunton and team at US Sports Cards Australia for your pledge of support for at least the next 12 months or so. Thank you so much, Ross, for your support and keeping our lights turned on. You will find Ross at ussportscardsaustralia.com.au. You can find their singles for sale, hobby boxes for sale, sports memorabilia. I know Ross was talking about getting some breaks up there too, so check on that out there. Also, if you're looking for water pistols, you'll find them out. But Ross's main baby is what he calls ComCA, which is essentially the same process as ComC in America, but it's in Australia. So you send all of your cards to Ross in Australia. He will put them all onto his webpage. People buy your cards, he sends you out the money, and it's literally as simple as that. So to find ComCA, go to ussportscardsaustralia.com.au, click on ComCA, and it'll take you straight there where you can start browsing through people's cards. And he's populating more and more cards into it every single day. So definitely check that out. And thank you to US Sports Cards Australia for your support. Alrighty, we are back, Adam. How are you feeling, buddy?
I'm good. I'm refreshed. Oh. I'm good. I'm now off mute.
We're professionals here.
Professionals, exactly.
Alrighty. Now, I was holding my thoughts of this for a little bit later on the show, and this is what I'm holding it for. Why would you go in and buy this product? It's for these cards here. The LeBron James CG-LBJ Topps Chrome Autograph refractor gold parallel. So congratulations to the young man who hit this. I honestly am really, really happy for you. I'm really excited about seeing LeBron James autographs coming back into product. I really think that the last 10 years or 20 years, we've been deprived of LeBron autographs. So I think this is huge for the hobby. I think this is a really, good thing.
Yep.
I have no idea what the price of Lakers PYT is going to be, but I think it's going to be absolutely huge. And yeah, I think everyone just really wins from this. I don't really have too much really to say about this other than, I'm just really excited to see LeBron back into it. So, and I'm not the biggest LeBron fan either. I'm more a LeBron appreciator. I think that's where, if there's different categories.
LeBron appreciator.
Yeah, I appreciate him for what he does.
I
think he's a good guy. I think, he's got his schools and all the donations and stuff. Like, I think he's a good role model. Is he my favorite basketball player? Like, he's probably not top 10, so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite LeBron James moment was when he said, "I'm taking my talents to South Beach." Like, that's sort of where I sit with him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Any comments from you on this?
Oh, look, it's just nice to see LeBron signing again, really.
Yeah, definitely.
It's I think it's cool. I think it's only positive for the hobby.
Yeah. All right, this next one is from Top. So get onto them and follow them on Instagram. They're actually a pretty good follow. I just want to talk to you about this first card. So you'll see this is the certified rookie autograph issue of Victor Wembanyama. But let's not talk about Victor so much. What I want to talk to you about is the certified rookie autograph stamp that's on it, and then also the RC logo and the artwork that's behind it. Where are you at with, first of all, the certified rookie stamp, the rookie logo, and then just the aesthetics of that card?
Which one's this? This is the one where he's done little drawings and stuff as well?
Do you want timeout again?
Yep, because I can't, half these links I can't look
40, at. So 45, 45.25. I'll just write it next to it. 45.25.
Yeah.
So the link
summary.
is
I got the Blaze
Top's
one.
Chrome summary.
Yeah.
So Top's Chrome summary.
The Instagram ones I can see. Good.
Yeah, you should be able to see
all of the
that.
Facebook ones I can't see. It's like when you share the link, it won't let me see what you saw. It's weird.
Which is the next one you can't see?
Anything that was Facebook oriented. Like the LeBron one, I had to go and search for the post.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the rest of it should be okay. Cool. I'm just looking through it.
I'm just like, if there's anything that's Facebook based, I might struggle with it.
That's okay. That's fine. I'll just leave it then. Yeah. No, I think the rest you're going to be fine though, mate.
Sweet. I've got this one.
Right.
I was on the Blaze one.
That's okay. Yeah. So yeah, what's your thoughts on the certified rookie logo?
Okay, so that's the last image. Yeah, I don't know, certified rookie autograph. It's just like certified rookie auto, and then a little rookie card thing. It's like, and it says rookie. It says rookie above Victor Wembanyama's name. So there's 3 different sightings there of where it says rookie. Actually, no, there's a strip across. If anyone's confused about this card being a rookie card, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 instances of the word rookie and an RC shield.
So my thought on that is that it's unnecessary. And so my next thought goes to, well, why? Like, so what would make them do that? I wonder if this is sort of them overcompensating for the fact that it's an unlicensed product, that you need to give people the reassurance that this is a certified rookie autograph. And
it's a certified rookie one.
But maybe also too, they're sticking it to Panini a little bit.
Are they though? Is this really sticking it to Panini?
Well, I feel Panini like don't have their autographs, right? Like,
it's true. It's
Tops do. They're kind of like sticking their tongue out of them a little bit.
It says certified rookie autograph. Got it. But it says rookie more than anything else. We get it. It's a rookie card.
So I think this falls into the debate of which is the real rookie card.
Ooh.
So for me, the Prism is the real rookie card, but this is the real rookie autograph. So I think that's where currently I'm lying at. I'll be easily convinced to change my mind on this, but this is where I'm at. This is clearly the rookie autographs, and I'm definitely going to be chasing some of the rookies autographs that's in these sets. Absolutely.
The Superfly also looks pretty awesome. Just gonna say.
Can I be honest with you? I'm not fussed about their inserts at all, but definitely I'll be trying to pick up a couple of the autographs out of this. Yeah,
I don't know. I do like the inserts.
but enough to spend cash on it. That's
Hell
the
no.
thing, right?
All right. So actually, in that Instagram post, if you go back to the 1972 autograph
Sure.
of Wemby, that's the thing. That's the one I like.
Yeah.
That's the design, and I think
That's cool.
they've hidden the unlicensed factor in these,
Sure.
and I think they've done really well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool looking card. I'm fine with that. I like that better than the base card.
It's got that retro feel about it. You remember like when Fleer Retro came out and they did the old school stuff, like the little throwbacks, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which rookie logo do you like better? The Prism one or the Topps Chrome?
Prism.
Yeah, I think that looks really lousy. I hope
The
they
RC with the basketball under it.
Yeah, I really hope they revise that. Quick sticks.
We're gonna risk getting another cease and desist. That's trash.
I hope we do get a
That
cease
is
and
that
desist
is
from
that's garbage. Seriously.
I mean, that's fact. That's not even speculation.
That's yeah, no, it's pretty ordinary.
Alrighty. Topps Chrome at Blaise Sports Cards. They hit the 1 out of 5. Now, I don't normally show you breakers cards and pump up particular breakers, but Blaise, they do some pretty cool stuff. The reason I actually put this into the sheet ad is the way that he's autographed the card. He's put a bit of time into autographing it. And then on top of that, he's drawn a little alien face, and it looks like a planet that could be Saturn with rings around it. So 10 out of 10 for me on this autograph.
I like it. He's telling us which planet he's from.
Yeah. Again, we're talking about, are you actually willing to put your money into this? Yes, I would put my money into that. I think that's a really cool looking card. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I like it a lot.
That's pretty cool.
It's a great autograph too.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's it. Enough Topps Chrome. We've done that.
We've done Topps Chrome to death.
We are really out of sync today in terms of our break. So let's just go to a really quick break.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and we'll do our last segment. So sorry about the short segment on this one, guys. And we are back. Are you feeling refreshed, sir?
I'm always refreshed after a break.
Alrighty, Spectra preview is out.
That sounded like it was going to be another commercial. Like that wasn't literally. Sorry.
Just have a voice for doing commercials, eh?
The wheels are coming off. All right. Yep.
Alrighty, let's just get to the cut to the chase here. So Color Blast is a Spectra thing, and I was really confused about this, but now I've got some clarity here. So if you want the white Color Blast, you need to purchase Spectra. If you want a black Color Blast, you need to purchase Obsidian. So that's how they did it. I assumed, and stupidly, now that I think back at it, of course they're going to make more cards and not take one out of the other. They'll have two. That they weren't going to do white Color Blast issue. They were just going to do black. I was wrong. Silly me to assume.
They Can I just say I prefer the Obsidian ones?
Do you really? You like
I
the
do.
black?
I
over
like the
white?
black. Yeah.
Okay. Look, I think that's good, and I think it's good that we can sort of. I don't like the black as much as I like the white, so I quite like that. But what I really want to start to see is some comps on these. How are these going to comp out? I think that's going to be really interesting to me.
Hey, that's true.
Yeah,
it's true. Some nice looking cards.
I wonder if the whites are going to be, because also that's the traditional Color Blast. Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Are you a Spectra fan?
I like it. I just I don't know. Spectra is one of those interesting sets. Like as far as where do you put it? As far as what end of the price point You know what I mean? Like, what end of the spectrum is it?
I call it a low high-end product.
Yeah. So it's a high-end product, but it's on the low end of the high end.
Yeah,
It's at the bottom of high end.
yeah, I think so.
It's not at the top of low end.
Yeah, you could say it's the top of low end. I think it's not that much above Revolution, to be honest. And if it didn't have color blast,
Interesting.
well, think about it. It's basically the same thing as Revolution, but it's got
Thicker
patches
stock?
in it.
Thicker card stock.
Yeah, thickest. But like who actually cares about the thickness of a card? Like, not that many people are.
I mean, they don't warp like Revolution cards.
True. They have different issues, but yeah. And look, it's patches and the color blast. That's really at the end of the day all that differentiates it.
Yeah.
I think if you like sparkly stuff, well then yeah, Revo Spectra is for you. So I think you do have to be a particular type of guy to jump into Spectra, but look, it's a good product. I've got no problems with it at all.
I feel like Spectra's high-end mosaic.
Yeah.
Almost. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good spin. Anyway, and I think also the other thing too to say this year is now the Titan insert is going to be into that too. So
saw that. We've got the Luca.
Look, to be honest, I feel like it's just sort of moving chairs around in a room at this point. But
it's like let's try it let's try this insert in a different product.
I would have just rather that went into Chronicles. I'm actually still really confused why on earth they didn't do Chronicles again. I actually feel like Chronicles is the perfect product just to print as much stuff as you would want to ever do.
All the cool stuff that worked, yep.
All these different sets.
Yeah.
And then you can do parallels and numbered cards of every single one. And then that just multiplies all out. Hobby, retail, blasters, blah, 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 blah. Go nuts. Print, 10 billion. No one will know.
Wait for 2025-26 when Panini, their final run, it'll just be Chronicles. We've chucked it all in one set.
Who knows?
Their final release will be Chronicles, and it's like the rest of our stuff.
Alrighty, this next one is from at the Dunk Central. So I do like lists, and I tried to do that little experiment with the all-star voting of lists to use as a guide. So here's another guide for you. Hall of Fame probability according to at basketball_reference. LeBron James 100%, KD, Chris Paul, Steph Curry all 100%. 99.99 James Harden, Russell Westbrook 99.93, Anthony Davis 99.6. That one really caught me by surprise.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
He's an NBA champion.
Yeah. There must be some formula that sort of goes into this. Lillard 98.71, who's higher than Giannis at 98.68. Nikola Jokic at 98.04. That to me is nuts. I feel like Jokic should be at
100.
number 5. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Paul George, that's high for me. 97.86. Kyrie at 93.45. Kawhi Leonard at 91.31. And I won't read any further. If you want to go through the list, though, you'll find it real easy.
Yeah.
So
and you can just go to Basketball Reference. Yeah.
Yeah. What I did want to talk about with this list, though, is can you use this list to guide a bit of your purchases? So, for example, for me, the obvious one that sticks out is AD, right? I personally think when I look at his pricing, his rookie cards, his kabooms, they're, in my head, they're lower than what it should be for a person or player of his status. Okay. Then when I see this list, maybe it actually makes me think, well, maybe there's a bit of a hole there. The Nikola Jokic one is really interesting, and we can thread this into a segment that's a little bit further down. I think that's also to do with his... I feel like this feeds into his popularity. He's just not that... I feel like the way he plays basketball, he doesn't get enough recognition for that. Yes, I know he's won multiple MVPs. I feel like I'm sort of contradicting myself here, but still, it's like...
Yeah. It's interesting on those probabilities that a friend of ours, or probably not a friend of mine, Luka Doncic isn't in the top 20. Because you know what? You need to win accolades to actually make it to the Hall of Fame.
Well...
He's 21st on the list, by the way.
Hang on, Ad. Hang on. The guy's what, 24 years old, 25
Win
years old?
accolades to get these.
Hang on, mate. I would say the fact he's up that high is amazing.
That's his All-Star games. That's what's got him that high. That's the only thing he wins. Anyway, sorry, I had to have a Luka jab. 41%.
I'll take those odds. I feel like the betting odds on him making the Hall of Fame will be quite juicy if that's what they're going to use as a guide then.
That's fair.
Tatum at 32%, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely a lot of, in that list, there is a lot of
juice.
Alrighty. We could probably go back to this list.
Let's segue in. So let's go here. Nikola Jokic, Ruby Wave Prism, PSA 9, number to 350, population 57, last sold for $1,200. Now, I've been on and on about Nikola Jokic a lot lately, so I feel like I can confidently talk about this. I do think he's a good buy at the moment, and I think that there is still some legs in this, particularly for a long-term purchase that you put away and you just sit on it. I think that's the mindset you need to have when you buy his stuff.
Nicola.
However,
Cola.
I will say this, if you look back even to 2023, which is only a year ago, he has exponentially gone up. So what I'm worried about is if you jump into the market now, are you jumping in at a time when he's actually spiking? And I think the reason he's currently spiking was because of the Olympics.
Olympics, you reckon?
This is my current theory on that. Yep. Because if you think about it, he really didn't play that well in the playoffs. They didn't have the team success that I was personally expecting them to have.
Yep.
There's not a lot of reason for that to happen. So I'm definitely want to get one of these for my PC and I want to buy it and put it away. This is my current plan, but I do wonder if in the next 6 months we're going to see a bit of a downward trend there. Because, Anyway, if there's listeners out there who agree or disagree with me on this, I would love to hear your thoughts about it, actually.
Yeah.
How easily influenced I'll be at this point. I'm probably pretty concrete in my thinking, but at the same time, I would like to definitely hear a different opinion about it. You got any advice for me, Adam, that you want to give me about Nikola Jokic?
Just gonna I'm gonna relay some thoughts that friends and other people in the hobby, our friend Ryan, have said in the past. Bigs don't fare well as far as history goes. There have been some phenomenal centers in the NBA, and their hobby value and hobby love does not reflect their greatness.
But to that point, because if you comp out Jokic to other people, like he's about the same price as, and he's less than Anthony Edwards actually.
Yeah, I think
so. Actually, I
but
think that's
compare him to other
baked
bigs
in.
though. Like, does he go up exponentially, or does he?
I don't.
Are we paying future prices for what he is now?
I actually think his resume is excellent to this point. Actually, that's why I'm interested in him the most, because I think that for what his pricing is for what he's done, I think he's excellent. Your return for what you're getting. That's what I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But I do agree with your point. If it was a guard that had his accolades and his achievements, I think he would be 2 or 3 times higher personally.
Yeah. Yep.
So I do agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But I do think there's some value in him, but he's definitely experiencing a bit of a. He's finally getting appreciated hobby wise, getting some recognition, which is positive. A lot of players don't normally, but it's interesting to see. I don't know where him and is it him versus Embiid at the moment, or is he like leagues above Embiid at the moment because of the championship?
Are you talking about hobby wise, or are you talking about on the court?
Both.
So hobby-wise, Embiid is much further down the chain.
Yeah. Does success change that?
Not sure, to be honest. Because there's a situation that plays out this year that he can play not even the required amount of games to qualify for end of season awards.
Yeah.
But the Philadelphia 76ers have a really good year. Like, that team is insanely deep.
Yeah.
Like Paul George and Tyrese Maxey and half a season of Embiid. You know, worst case scenario, they lollygag him along till the playoffs. I think that's going to be a really, really good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think the big factor might be the fact that he's a big.
Yeah, sure.
Just not flashy. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have Farija factor.
No, he doesn't. Absolutely not.
I think that's just a slow burn that is going to be value, but it'll never. I don't see it being that spike value, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
Yeah. So in 20 years' time, we're not going to be chasing Jokic inserts. I think there'll be plentiful supplies of his cards. You know what I mean? Like, we'll run out of autos and rookie cards to look at. We'll just be going for random inserts of Jokic because we want to get our hands on it.
No, I don't think that at all.
Yeah.
But I think the numbered rookie stuff.
Rookie stuff is where it'll be. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The value. Yeah.
Well, thanks for that. I appreciate that. Alrighty, this next one is from Tops again. We are not sponsored by Tops, by the way. This is just a bit of a coincidence this week. Life-changing pull in 2004. A man walked into his local 7-Eleven and purchased a pack of Topps Chrome. Moments later, he would hit the biggest card of his life, a 1-of-1 LeBron James Super Fractor from a $3 pack. It graded
from a
PSA
$3 pack.
And it sold this week for $720,000 US dollary due. So congratulations to that man. And I suppose this is the thing for us, is that a good purchase ad?
So that's a second year LeBron. One of one. 700K.
Yep. It's a 10.
Yeah, I get it. I get that it's a 10. I'm trying to give it, in my mind, relevance. So it's not a rookie card. It's not an autograph. It's not a patch. Yes, it's a 1-of-1. So 1-of-1 is a factor. It's second year.
It's a good looking card.
Good looking card. That's a plus. Is it worth 700K? A 1-of-1's clearly paid worth whatever the owner is prepared to pay for it because it's a 1-of-1. I reckon they may have paid overs though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look,
But I think it's great. But I struggle to put it where to put it on the gauge of
100%.
Pricing.
100%. I'm with you. I think, to be honest, I'd probably rather something else at autograph too for that money. Like, what else can you get for 700K? Yeah. But then
it wouldn't be wouldn't be my purchase if I had, say I had $1 million, like, you know, the old joke, if I had $1 million to buy it, like if it was a $1 million voucher and I could only spend it on basketball cards.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't, you can invest and do whatnot. Basketball cards. This is not one of my purchases.
Yeah.
But would a second year Kobe PSA 10 1-of-1? I'm trying to think. Probably not. I'm trying to give it relativity for me, but no. It'd have to be someone that's like a big time LeBron collector.
Oh, I think that's a huge LeBron collector. You know, actually, what just came to me then was that maybe we put an over premium on rookie stock.
Maybe.
And then this person's just like, look, actually,
do we do it, or does the hobby in general do it?
I know I definitely do it.
Sure.
Like, for me, in my head, rookie stuff is up here, and then the rest of it's kind of, you know,
it's jam
in the ocean down the bottom somewhere, you know, mixed up in a big box that's not organized. So yeah.
Agreed. Interesting one.
Alrighty, this next one. What have I got here? Anthony Edwards. This is from @itsclutchcards. 1-of-1 Mosaic Black sold for $2,850.
That is a
Now,
sexy card.
I finally had a message from a friend this week
Yeah.
and was asking me about spending $1,000 on a non-rookie Anthony Edwards Noir autograph. And so I suppose to put the relevance in, that was 1,000 Aussie versus 3,000 US. Let's just round it up because it's easier. That's about 5,000 Aussie.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I think also too, I got to say to you, I think stuff like that has to be a PC thing. I think for me, that's a very risky flip. Like if that was Prism,
Yeah.
I would feel more comfortable with that 2.8 price tag. But again, maybe if you send that off to PSA and it gems and it comes back, then you'd be feeling, a lot more comfortable about it. But to take your earlier point, that is a very nice looking card.
It is. It's a great looking card.
Yep. All right, one more. There's a few in that list there, Ad. What would you like to do? You pick the next one.
Whoa.
Then we can call it a day.
Eye-catching sale. I can't help it. Let's put Kobe and Jordan.
Good choice. All right, you lead this one, Ad. I feel like this has got your name all over it.
So, Heritage Auctions. 2001 Upper Deck Legends. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, dual autograph. What is it? PSA 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Autos are 8. It's all right. Kobe and Jordan. Number to 10? Sold for $30,000.
Great.
Would you... So... You talk about autographs, like this is obviously 2001, so it's not a particularly important year. But that's a nice Jordan Kobe dual auto.
I'm going to say something outlandish here, and I know you're going to mock me, but I would rather that than the LeBron 1 of 1.
Same.
And also the Edwards 1 of 1. I know the Edwards is 10 times less than that, but still.
I'd want this... 30 grand?
That seems quite cheap for that, doesn't it?
It's because it's a PSA 5?
Yeah, I know I've said this a few times, but I'm going to say it again. The grade of a card does matter, but at the same time it doesn't.
There are 10 of these in the world, and there's two of the greatest basketballs of all time. If that's a Kobe and Jordan, I'd be happy to pay $30K for that.
And also looking at this card, we're not talking about that NFL card that we looked at earlier in the show where it was smashed to smithereens and you made the joke about it's a die cut. That to me is fine.
Good.
Yeah. Actually, it's really funny. I think this is a really good time to re-emphasize this. So EX is as in excellent 5. I think sometimes we forget that.
Yeah.
If you got excellent on a test, you'd be like, yeah, that was excellent. I'm happy with that. But there's this weird thing in our sort of atmosphere about this. Anyway, I say congratulations to the person who bought that. That is a very shrewd purchase. And actually,
awesome.
Yeah, that's never happening again. I think that's the type of stuff to me that's important. All right, mate, let's tie this bad boy off. Any last thoughts, any last comments for our listeners at home?
My last thoughts are, I still don't know how I feel about Chrome, but some of those cards look pretty cool, so I might go, auction hunting on eBay for some of those. The Superfly a lot, I like it, so maybe I'll go for some of those.
There's going to be heaps of this stuff coming out, mate, in breaks. You will have lots of... Give it a week or two, and then it will be absolutely flooded.
It'll be
flooded.
It will be. The Topps
half
Chrome.
of the eBay listings of the world's going to be Topps Chrome basketball. People selling off cards from breaks when they didn't hit Wemby.
Goodness gracious!
Tell me I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I know I'm right about this.
Yeah, this is going to be. There's going to be a tsunami of.
You don't get a Wemby.
Chrome.
What are you going to do with those cards? They look horrible.
Some of them look good.
Okay, fine. 80% of them look like crap. The
Those
other
72
20%.
retro autos look amazing. That's all I
Yeah,
can say.
sure.
I'm
Okay,
gonna-
fine. That fits into the 20%. Fine.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. That's all right. We'll wait until they get the license, then we can we can have a complete assessment of whether or not Topps can save the hobby.
Do you know what we should do? We should get Alon to rate the artwork.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
We'll give him 5 minutes.
A 5-minute rant from Al.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it. I can already hear I can see the chat bubbles typing. Well, they aren't.
Actually,
they will be.
I got two things to say before we sign off. All right. I'm putting this out to all the listeners. If there's any listeners at home that have a wife that is got a moderately good sense of humor that would like to come onto the show and tell us how ridiculous we are as a group of grown men collecting sports cards, I would love to do a 5-minute segment about that.
I'm in.
That's the first thing.
Yep.
The second thing is, thank you to our Central Coast radio listeners. We don't give these guys enough love and support. We really appreciate everything you do for us. If you don't listen to Central Coast Radio, check it out. It's a homegrown group of Aussies making some good content. We are on Tuesday nights, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., Thursdays, 10 a.m. till noon, and Saturday night, 3 a.m. till 5. So that's us.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Adam, for a very enjoyable evening.
Pleasure as always. Enjoy Father's Day to all, well, to yourself, and I'm sure
Thanks,
we'll
man.
have plenty of fathers listening. So by the time I get myself around to producing everything this week, it'll probably be after Father's Day. But yeah, I hope all the dads that are listening had a great Father's Day.
Cheers, mate. I've actually I haven't been given my presents, but my kids, they couldn't help themselves. They told me what they bought me.
Are they taking you to an encore performance of Paw Patrol?
No.
Lucky you.